Welcome to Unmasking River Pollution, a radio documentary that is uncovering the environmental crisis affecting Nairobi River. From Arboretum, the bustling Kariako garages will explore the journey of pollution that has silently infiltrated every bend and turn of this once prestigious waterway. Our journey begins at the Arboretum, where the Nairobi River's crystal clear waters once reflected the beauty of nature. But today, the riverbanks bear witness to plastic waste and chemical pollutants, a stark contrast to the lush greenery that surrounds it.
So the issue of Nairobi River pollution has been a great challenge. And I think what we need to do is quality assessment of the water. We need to get measurements, assessment of the water, determine the level of the chemicals, look at what's the damage. You see, the Nairobi water provides a base. It supplies most of the areas in Nairobi. And you can't just say it's being polluted at one point. So after assessment, we need to create awareness. This is where campaigns and education programs should be channeled, organized, and disseminated to the public. So the people may know the methods of waste disposal which are safe, and this is to dispose harmful, toxic materials into the river. Because I see these rivers as a source of water irrigation. So a major source of irrigation used is the Nairobi River water. And you see, the input determines the output, meaning that when you irrigate with the contaminated toxic water, then whatever you get from it as the produce, the veggies, is not of quality. And it's having some harmful or toxic substances. So this is one of the major risk factors in some diseases like the cancers. You get that what you consume, the nutrition determines the life you have, and it's one of the major risk factors in the development of some of these malignant tumors. So
As we drift downstream, passing Chiromo, we confront the impacts of human activities on Nairobi River. The university, once a symbol of knowledge and progress, now inadvertently contributes to river's pollution through waste disposals and runoffs from both students and research facilities.
So pollution of River Nairobi imefanya kuwe na harufu mbaya within the area. Inafanya so the smelling nature of the river imefanya the aesthetic value of the environment kuwe degraded. And unapata kuna some stalls ziko around the river, watu wanauza food stuff na ziko unhealthy juu ya uchafu kutoka kwa hiyo river. So unapata mtu akikula these food stuffs zenye ziko sold around the river, ako exposed to health hazards, magonjwa kama cholera, and kukiwa na na floods, kuna hizo waterborne diseases zenye ziko spread through contact with the dirty water. So my advice to the comrades ni tuko na litter bins everywhere. I think it's only ethical that tuzitumie appropriately. Tuache kutupa takataka everywhere ama randomly just disposing waste. Tuache kuchafua mto juu inatu affect in a negative way the long term.
Our journey takes us to the heart of culture and heritage, the Kenya National Museum. Unfortunately, a river adjacent to this historical site bears the scar of neglect. Plastic, chemicals and debris do not only mar the landscape but threatens the very essence of our cultural heritage.
As a worker here at the Kenya National Museum, I can say that I have witnessed a very progressive change in terms of the river and waste related, because there was a time within this region and the upper part where the river flows as it comes through here, there were no dustbins around. So people used to litter and dispose waste everywhere, and that included the river itself. So actually that caused a lot of waste accumulation in that river, making the site unbearable at some point. But nowadays I've seen a large-scale introduction of dustbins, not just around here, but if you even walk along the channel upwards, you'll see there are dustbin points, and that has actually helped in curbing this problem. And then nowadays, if you can see around, you can see there are a lot of young men along the river collecting some plastic waste and other useful waste. So they actually use this to produce some more useful products. So basically what we call recycling. There's been a lot of recycling nowadays, which has actually positively influenced the reclamation of this river. And there's been a dredging from point to point. Sometimes even if you yourself, if you walk around, during some days you can see there are some tractors that actually you will find them along the river banks trying to pull out some waste. So that's dredging over time. And also the introduction of rails along the river banks. These rails actually try to keep off people and other agents of pollution to some extent. So actually the introduction of those rails has also helped us a lot. Well, there have been an increase overall, because I can report that we have witnessed a change in the visitors, about 24% increase, which is a large number actually. So that is actually pointing that we are actually heading in some light direction to some extent. For entirety, I can therefore just plead, because safety of rivers is actually for safety of rivers, I can actually plead with everyone, because for this we require a unison effort. So basically, from the citizens to the county governments, up the way to the national government. If they can also come up with some rules and regulations to help in this practice, because when this is done well, then they are actually causing a lot of problems with the rivers. So actually they should, instead of disposing them to the clear river, they should actually uh, um, connect with the county government so that they get access to the sewer lines, so that they can channel their waste through the sewer lines that have been established across the country. Now, that's why it is not only those living in the riverbanks alone, but this is a unison effort. As I said, we're going to need both the old and the young to actually come up in this, because it is not just only for the benefit now, but this is also going to be a benefit for the future generations. But if it is spoiled now, then actually there is a guarantee. There are chances actually above zero that the future generations are going to be greatly impacted, not just health-wise, but also environmentally as well. So we save this now as a people, as a society, and as a country, for us and for future generations as well.
Finally, we reach Kariako, where the river confronts the reality of garages at riverside, where mechanics spill oils and sewages that burst frequently into the river, polluting it. It becomes a contributor to the river's contamination with waste, such as oil spillage, spare parts washed in the river. From Arboretum to Kariako, the story of Nairobi River is one of the neglected, but also one of hope. It is a call to action for communities, institutions, and individuals to come together and reclaim the lifeblood of our city.
But this is also going to be a benefit for the future generations. But if it is spoiled now, then actually there is a guarantee. There are chances actually above zero that the future generations are going to be greatly impacted, not just health-wise, but also environmentally as well. So we save this now as a people, as a society, and as a country, for us and for future generations as well.
As we conclude this journey, let's reflect on the urgent need for change and the role each of us can play in revitalizing Nairobi River.
To go against the regulations, then the law enforcement department takes their part. I think by this, we'll be able to mitigate or reduce this water pollution or the improper disposal of waste in the Nairobi River.
Thank you for joining us on Unmasking Pollution. Together, let's work towards a cleaner, healthier, and good future for Nairobi River and the communities it serves.